welcome to the first episode of the Real Racing Radio Show, brought to you by the Revolution Racing League, Race the Revolution, and Southern Racing Online, keeping NR 2003 alive Southern style. On tonight's broadcast, we are going to have drivers from the Revolution Racing League. First of all, we're going to start off with the number 68 of Joshua Moyers, then we're going to bring in Alex Gordon, and we're going to end with Revolution Motorsports owner Randall Coleman. Okay, so first off, we have Joshua Moyers. Joshua is driver of the number 68 Revolution Motorsports Chevrolet. In his 32 starts this season, he has 2 wins. Josh, can you give us a review on how the past season went for you?
Oh, it went fairly well. That was my first full season back in competition after taking a couple years off. Near the end of the season, though, I started having technical issues and missed quite a few races. But all in all, for the time that I was racing, I was very consistent and I really enjoyed it.
Okay, so for the past 2 years, you have been the winner at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Do you feel like the competition level that's been building up this season, do you feel like you have the shot to go 3 in a row?
I'm going to try to. I have had to work on my setup a little bit, and I've actually gotten it a little bit faster, so hopefully it's enough to make 3.
Now, we usually see you flying the AutoZone colors on your cars. Do you have any sponsor updates, any new sponsors, any changes within the team on the off season?
Well, AutoZone is coming back. It's going to have a little bit different look to it, as well as Budweiser. We do have a new sponsor coming in. It's the 3rd one. It's Racin. They're a computer accessory company. Really excited to have them.
All right. So now, do you have any news about the whole 68 crew? Is there any new people coming along to join the crew, or is it going to strictly be you the rest of the season?
It's on my crew. It's basically going to be the same people. We have a new guy coming in on the Revolution Racing team, and really excited to have him.
All right, so on to the next season, which is starting. Where do you see yourself at the end of next season?
I hope to definitely be, in the top 3 or 4 guys. I'm going to try to step up my game, start working on my setups a lot more. Just be up there, running with guys like Mav and Danny and Don, just week-to-week basis.
All right, and we're going to end it off on this note. Besides yourself and the people on your team, what are some of the drivers you think you should watch this season that you feel like are going to have a breakout season coming along?
You always have to look after, Danny Hardy and John. They're always tough. If William's going to be consistently there, he's always a tough one to beat. Those 3 guys mainly.
All right, so thank you for joining us here on Real Racing Radio, and we hope to have you back sooner in the season talking about that win that you got at Indy or maybe somewhere else.
All right, thanks for having me, buddy.
All right. And now moving on, we're going to bring in Mr. Alex Gordon, owner of DWI Motorsports. Alex, can you give us a rundown on how you feel your season's going to go with the new partnership that you have at Revolution Motorsports?
I think this season's actually going to probably be a success. We have 4 very talented drivers lined up for the team, including myself. Got great sponsorship backing, going to have some great equipment from Revolution. All in all, I think this year is going to be. I'm not going to hesitate to say that we're going to have a good championship run this year.
So, can you give us a rundown on the people on your team and what do you think their specialties are?
Sure. I'm going to start off with the key pickup for our team. I think was Alex Bates, and he will give you consistency on any type of track, whether it's pavement, dirt. You could be putting him in power boats somewhere probably, and he'd still be competitive. Elliot Porterfield, same way. He gives us a lot more leeway on the road courses, though. He's more of our road course ringer on the team. Rob Droga has an impressive record on super speedways, so we'll definitely have an edge there with him. And then myself, I tend to lean towards super speedways, although I haven't found myself in a bad situation on any type of circuit. So all in all, I think we all balance each other out, and we all have a great skill set when it comes to any type of track.
All right, so what's this new team and this merger with Revolution Motorsports? Are you guys getting sponsorship from Revolution, or do you guys have your own sponsors lined up?
We are going to be running a little bit of sponsorship from Revolution, but it's mainly going to be in the associate form. For the most part, we brought our own sponsorship in with us. I have a lot of sponsorship backing that I've divided between all the series. But yeah, for the most part, we've all brought in our own sponsorships, except for, like I said, a few associate sponsors here and there.
Can you give us like a rundown on who your sponsors are and what majority, like how they are stacked on your list?
For myself or for the team?
For your entire team.
For the entire team, yes, sir. Well, I know for myself, I know our main sponsor is going to be AccuDuck Solutions, which is it's a pretty big sized corporation that's been around for a while, but it's starting to get into the racing leagues nowadays, and we're glad to have them on board full time with my team. I'm also going to have Rexel as a big sponsor. Geico is going to be a pretty big sponsor this year. Food Lion's actually going to be on my nationwide car for a few races. And then going down through the list here, let's pull it up because I can't remember these off the top of my head. I know I'm a little slow sometimes. I know Elliot Porterfield brought in Dr. Pepper, or I'm sorry, not Dr. Pepper. Brought in Sonic, Coors Light, and Levi Jeans, so a lot of big corporate backing from them right there. Bates brought in DC Shoes and Pop-Tarts, and he also brought in Full Throttle Race Parts, which is a local company for him, which I'm glad to see him giving them a great media spotlight. And then Rob Troga brought in Twix, Wonka, Nesquik, and Mellow Yellow. And a couple of sponsors I left out. I also have Coleman Camping Supplies, great corporation that, it's no coincidence that it was kind of influenced by Randall Coleman, the owner of Revolution Motorsports. But it's also great company, great place to go to get all your camping needs. Copart, another big sponsor on board for the Cup Series. They're going to be on there for most of the season. And Great Clips, we actually were able to get them on board for a few races. So all in all, we brought in some pretty big sponsors this season, and we should get enough backing for the whole season in every series. So it should be a successful year.
Indeed. So apart from your team and of course Revolution Motorsports, what driver or drivers do you see having a breakout season come the start of the season?
Well, I honestly haven't. This is going to be my first season here at Revolution, so I haven't been able to really scout out the competition. But the organization you guys are running over there, you, John, who else saw on your team there, Mario?
Jeremy Stanley and Tyler Packard.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are going to have a great operation over there this year. I know John's a great racer. I've had the pleasure of racing with him before. Jeremy, I've raced with him a couple times. I know the one or two starts I've made over here, I raced with him. He did really well. Jeremy I've never raced with, but I'm guessing since he's in your equipment, he's going to be, right up there towards the front. And yourself, I've raced with you many times, and I haven't had a complaint about you yet. So, so I feel like your organization this season is going to be, right there at the top of the line, and it's gonna have a great season this year.
All right, Gordon, thank you for joining us here today, and we hope to see you soon in Victory Lane and back here on Real Racing Radio.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you for having me.
All right. And now to close out this show, we have the man himself, Mr. Randall Coleman. This season, Randall has made 65 starts, and has 2 wins, both at the Daytona International Raceway, and was going for the sweep at the Daytona International Raceway at the last race of the season before he got caught up in a pack wreck. Randall, can you give us a review on how your season went?
Well, honestly, my season went pretty decent. Started off the season kind of rough, had some engines blown and got an early wrecks and, kind of disheartening. But we rebounded, came back real strong, finished top 5 in all 5 series, was runner-up in the all-out series, so it was a pretty good run, and I was proud. And just as much as my accomplishments, my team, also I had several drivers that was in the top 10 in every series. So it was more of a team-oriented season for accomplishments than just, based on myself.
All right, so as the owner of Revolution Motorsports, do you have any updates for sponsorship, new drivers, maybe anything new on the team going into the next season?
Yeah, we have several things going on currently. As Josh said earlier, he is adding a new sponsor, and along with him, Nathan Curtis has also added 2 new sponsors to his race team. He will be having the Caterpillar sponsor and the Dollar General sponsor. Maverick, he, I believe, is bringing in Jimmy Johns, and he's going to run Oreo, which was run as a nationwide sponsor last season up in the Cup, along with his Victoria's Secret sponsor they carried throughout most of the season, the previous season. We have a new driver coming in, Adam Sweet. He is going to be sponsored by the AARP, Pepsi Max, and Final Fantasy. And as for myself, I have 2 new sponsors coming in with Ace Hardware and Quaker State will be on the car for select races. And at Talladega, we're going retro, and Josh Morris will be driving a retro Budweiser scheme. Adam will be in a Pepsi retro scheme, and I myself will be in a Mountain Dew scheme.
All right, so you finished 3rd in the Cup points, and you've been constantly in the top 5